Hello everyone, welcome to the video. My name is Bacon and today we are back on the update 1.89 dev server to take a look at the Hunter F.6 and the Stormer anti-aircraft vehicle. So we're going to start off with the Hunter tier 6 jet fighter, currently at a BR of 9.7, something of which I am presuming will change. In terms of weaponry, you have the four 30mm Aiden cannons that we are used to seeing on the Hunter F1, which has been in the British directory for quite a while and will be succeeded by the F6. This also has the capability to carry air-to-air missiles, more specifically SRAM air-to-air missiles, SRAAMs, four of them more specifically under the wings. Alternatively, you can either carry two 500 or two 1,000 pound bombs, although if you're an ARB, you're going to be taking the SRAM missiles as, you know, air-to-air missiles. So these missiles are pretty good speed. The G level, at least on this dev server, was listed as 5 Gs. Not a huge amount, that's even less than the AIM-9Bs. So maybe that's true, maybe that isn't. It might just be a dev server thing, I'm not entirely sure. But for one thing that is certain is that the burn time of the missile is quite low. You only have a range of about 2 kilometers, so you do need to be pretty damn close to the enemy aircraft before you fire if you want the thing to actually hit. So that is worth noting. So first game on Normandy, as you saw, bit of a bumpy takeoff. I am hoping that that was just a dev server glitch. I really hope that's not something that will somehow get onto the live server, although, you know, it's Gaijin, you never can be sure. 2 IL-28s here. One, I bop him, I hit him, and yeah, nothing happens, so I guess Hunter F.6 is pretty strong then, doesn't take no beating, it just bounces off. So good stuff there, good stuff, Gaijin. They are clearly starting to understand that the British vehicles need to be indestructible. That's how it's realistic. British vehicles, they cannot be destroyed. That's realistic stuff. Anyway, jokes aside, MiG-15 going in, boom, there we go. Nice little flyby there. Of course, on the dev server, they're all bots. Occasionally, most of the games I got in the Hunter, I didn't want to use because the enemy were biplanes. And, you know, a video where you're assessing how a jet aircraft performs on the dev server fighting biplanes, yeah, maybe not the best way to sort of show the performance. So I got some games with jets eventually, and I decided to take a look at them. The missiles, short burn time, not so maneuverable, at least on this variant of the dev server. Big oof for that LA-15. Going in on a MiG-9 now. That LA-15 does later go down. I do chase the MiG-9. I get a lock. Obviously, I'm not going to fire in that position. First off, the G-force was too high to fire, and second off, yeah, it was still locked, but I was aiming well away from him, so it wouldn't have hit. There's another MiG-9 over here. There is that first. There's the LA-15 gone down. MiG-9 there. Missed those shots. Begins to turn around. Begins to turn back onto his tail. He also turns in. Goes above me. I decide to pull off. Go for the sort of group of enemies in front of me. There is also a MiG-17. MiG-17 want to play, fire the missile, and it doesn't hit anything. So it has what I'm presuming happened there is that it ran out of fuel and wasn't able to just do that last push onto the MiG. There's a MiG-9, bye-bye elevator, he's going down now. But that will happen, that has happened quite a few times to me. I fire a missile, and just as it's about to hit, it runs out of fuel, or the enemy aircraft just turns enough to get away from it. I have seen that happen a few times. Although back to this game, we now have a MiG-17, so we're going to try and pull onto his tail, see what we can do. He's trying to pull away, and I think, you know what, I might be able to get a missile lock. He's going in a straight line. Will I do it? Yes, I will. Bang, there we go. First missile kill. That was actually the first missile kill for me on a jet with the F6. I had, of course, done missile kills against biplanes, although, yeah, I would say that's not exactly so fair. Here we have another MiG-17, sort of following, trying to get some shots on. This is just really a game of cat and mouse. He's running away. I'm following, being a bit sort of spready with the guns. Since doing this, since being on the dev server, I have actually now gone out and played the Hunter F1. My Hunter F1 is stock, so I thought, you know what, the F6 is coming. Let's spade it. So I've gone back to normal War Thunder today, in between making videos on the dev server, and started spading it out. Now I have the first mod, 50,000 RP for fuselage repair. Seems fair. But I got that now. I got some decent games. I have footage of the Hunter for a possible gameplay video. Seriously though, in terms of just my channel at the moment, my list of gameplay videos to do is getting along. I've got footage for the F2 Sabre, the F9F, the Harrier, and the G91Y in Tank RB. Quite a few things, and now the Hunter as well. So I'm building up a list of things to do. And I was going to get 2 videos done this weekend, and then the dev server happened. So, yay, but also nay. So that maybe means that over the next week, depending on when the second dev server happens, there might be 2 videos, one of which will be the F9F, and the other of which will be something. Maybe Hunter, maybe the Ariat and the G91Y, we will see. But that was the end of that game. 8 kills, first in the team. There was another player in a Hunter F1. He crashed into another enemy aircraft, so, you know. So this game, yeah, it's MiG-15. He appears out of nowhere. I begin to try and pull on. He tries to outturn me, but then he tries... it is a bot, but he reverses. He pulls back, and I'm able to just clip the back of his aircraft. Back of his aircraft comes flying off, and that is the first kill for me in that game. So now moving on to the next kill. We got a MiG-17 trying to get some shots off. Diving down, following him again. Following a MiG-17, and eventually I get a shot in just the right place. His elevator goes, and he just begins to sort of flip forward and eventually hits the ground and explodes. So that's another kill for me. Now on MiG-15, we're going to see 2 missile kills in fairly close succession on the last 2 enemies on their team. Here we go. So he's trying to pull up a little bit, and oof, there we go. Nice missile kill there. I was fairly happy with that one, actually. And now we have a MiG-9 coming in my direction. I still have a decent amount of ammo. The ammo lasts a fairly good amount of time. Of course, these guns are the Aidens. They are quite high rate of fire, so you will need to keep an eye on that. But they're basically, at close range, they're like shotguns. 30mm, and oof, there we go. That was nice. I liked that one. The missiles just sort of arced up and just went down and just smacked onto the MiG-9. Bye-bye MiG-9. And that then was the end of that game. But as I was saying, the Aidens, they're like shotguns. High-velocity shotguns at close range. 30mm shells at close range, they do damage. So it's pretty good. This aircraft, it can go supersonic in a dive, so can the F1, so it's not a huge difference there. Slightly more maneuverable, way better climb rate. I'm certainly excited to maybe take another look at this on the second dev server and on the live server, and as well as the second dev server. Also, I'm suspecting there's going to be quite a few vehicles on the second dev server that were not on the first, so that'll be more things there that I am sort of excited to take a look at. So now we're going to move on to the Stormer, Britain's brand new anti-aircraft vehicle. The Stormer HVM uses the Starstreak missile. Unlike the Bradley, the Chadley as people are calling it, this is not an anti-everything missile. This is explicitly anti-air. It is not of much penetration. It will not be able to destroy many ground vehicles. Anti-aircraft, light anti-aircraft vehicles, light infantry fighting vehicles, yes, you will kill them, but tanks, probably not, unless you get incredibly lucky. So, obviously, here we have the Starstreak cannot be upgraded. That is the base missile. There are no extra versions. Camouflage, you got the standard desert, you got bicolor camouflage, you got a bicolored desert, winter camo, and then you have another winter camo. So, just a few camos there. Not a huge variety, but enough for people to be happy with. So now moving into a test drive, we're going to take a look at how this thing actually does when it is doing its role of killing aircraft, and we'll also maybe kill a small ground vehicle. So as you can see, we do have radar, decent, quick radar there, so the spotting's fairly quick. MiG-15 over there, so we're going to get aimed up on him. We're going to fire off a missile. This, it is worth noting, this is the fastest missile, fastest sort of ground-to-air missile possibly in the world. I'm not entirely sure on that, but certainly in-game. In-game, this is the fastest. Also, bye-bye IL-28 wing. You're going down. Now, being the fastest is a positive, because it means you can get to things quickly at longer ranges, but if the enemy aircraft you're shooting at is quite close to you, it can be tricky to actually keep it on. You fire the missile, and it's so quick that sometimes you can't really get aimed on the target quick enough, and it goes past. So you do need to sort of, you do need to be very quick with it. But as you can see, it gets there quick. It's very fast. It goes about Mach 4. It's pretty damn quick, this missile. Now, of course, we can kill light vehicles. Missed that one. So let's aim up again. Fire. There we go. Boom. In the side. Destroyed it. Sort of fragmented. Lots of fragments went flying out and killed it. Against tanks, it won't do much. But against aircraft, lightly armoured vehicles, you're going to have a hell of a fun time. So there we go, that is the Stormer and the Hunter F.6. What do you guys think of these two vehicles? Good steps for the British, or would you have preferred something else? Let me know in the comments. Thank you very much for watching though. If you did enjoy, please consider smashing the like button. Maybe even subscribe to the channel. If you do, that would be massively appreciated. Thanks again for watching, and I will see you in the next one.